Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you all a brand new episode in my What If series. And this episode is going to be another Doctor Who entry for the series, and this is going to be exploring what if the Ninth Doctor was a part of the 50th anniversary special in 2013, and that was the episode Day of the Doctor. But instead of the Ninth Doctor in the actual episode, we got the War Doctor, who was played by John Hurt. But what if Christopher Eccleston reprised his role as the Ninth Doctor? So instead of the War Doctor, we got the Ninth Doctor, and with the story arc of the War Doctor in that episode would have been given to Chris's Doctor. So there would have been a few differences, obviously, because obviously the War Doctor was the incarnation that purely fought in the Time War, but obviously the Ninth Doctor lived beyond that. So in this What If, I'll be exploring the differences in this episode and how it would affect the follow-up episode, Time of the Doctor, as well. So without further ado, let's get into this What If video. So first of all, I would like to talk about the ending of Name of the Doctor, and that would be when the 11th Doctor goes into his time stream to save Clara. He would meet Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, but the whole reason why he resents this Doctor isn't because he's trying to deny his existence, because obviously this Doctor didn't stay solely in the Time War. He is going to resent him for his actions in the war, and we learn that the 10th Doctor as well in Day of the Doctor doesn't agree with activating the moment to conclude the war. And then this leads on to the big episode Day of the Doctor, and the Ninth Doctor is introduced in a similar way to the War Doctor, where he saves the people of Gallifrey, that small group of people, from the Daleks. And then we get the barn scene that is going to be very different, and there was an early draft of the scene in a script that was published by the Radio Times, and it's fairly similar to the actual episode, but the only difference is that the Ninth Doctor is in this episode, and I don't think the moment is going to be Rose Tyler. But anyway, let's have a look at this early draft. So the Ninth Doctor says, "Don't sit on that." Raggedy Girl, why not? He strides over to her, grabs her arm. The Ninth Doctor, "Because it's not a chair, love. It's the most dangerous weapon in the universe. Listen, a very bad thing is going to happen here, and I'm not sure how it's going to work. But I don't think you have to be here when it does, okay? Raggedy Girl, you've got a funny face. The Ninth Doctor, you should see the other fellas. Raggedy Girl, I like it though. The Ninth Doctor, thanks, it's new. Not sure about the ears yet. They just sort of kept going. Now you just need to get away from here. You need to pick a direction and just run." And Raggedy Girl responds with, "You sound clever." And then the Ninth Doctor responds with, "Not clever enough to figure out how this thing works. So could you give us some hush?" And from this script, it is obvious that the Ninth Doctor has only just regenerated from the 8th Doctor's incarnation. So a big difference with this What If would be that the 8th Doctor was the Doctor that fought heavily in the Time War, and that the Ninth Doctor was the current Doctor in the final days of the war. So that would be very interesting. And also, while that comes to mind, that a big what if would also be that in the minisode Night of the Doctor, Paul McGann's Doctor would regenerate into Christopher Eccleston's Doctor instead, and that would also be set towards the end of the war instead of in the earlier days. So there we go. Going back onto the rest of the episode, instead of this Doctor regenerating at the end of the episode like the War Doctor does into the Ninth Doctor, we're just going to see the Ninth Doctor fly away. And the rest of the episode is going to plan out the exact way, with the Doctor saving Gallifrey and all of the Doctors before the 11th Doctor, not remembering any of it. But instead, the Ninth Doctor, when he flies off, he is going to pick up a signal on his scanner, and that he is going to get a signal that notifies him that there is a invasion on Earth, and it is gonna obviously set up the events for Rose that will be very, very interesting, and is a really good callback to the season in 2005. And then we move to Time of the Doctor, that would be different as well, because the 11th Doctor, despite the whole Timeless Child retcon in season 12, he would still be able to regenerate, because he wouldn't be the 13th incarnation. He would still be the 12th, even though he's the 11th Doctor, he would still be the 12th incarnation of the Doctor, because there wasn't an extra incarnation added in because Chris couldn't take up the part. So maybe when the 11th Doctor is defending Trenzalore, he is just going to simply regenerate towards the end, and we don't get the spectacular regeneration scene where the 11th Doctor destroys the entire Dalek army that are invading Trenzalore. So yeah, with the 9th Doctor's inclusion into this episode, it wouldn't have changed a lot, but in terms of the Doctor's timeline and certain little bits about characterization would be very different. But apart from that, the episode's story wouldn't change a lot. But it would always be amazing to see Christopher Eccleston return to the role at some point, and I feel like it would be really cool to see it happen in the future. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, leave a like rating and subscribe, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye for now.